Good morning. Welcome to Abrasive and Proud of It Live. I'm Mike Z.
I'm Chris.
Chris was currently talking to a customer, so it took us a little while to get back here. But here we are, and today we're going to talk about rolls. Yes, sandpaper
Oh,
rolls.
sandpaper rolls.
Yeah,
oh,
sandpaper
sorry.
rolls.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have.
Every shop needs rolls, Mike.
Every shop needs rolls.
And we've got all kinds of rolls. You know what we didn't bring out here? Our
What?
bargain box rolls.
Okay.
Our lathe roll bargain box.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you talk about that, and I'll run and get one real quick.
Oh, okay.
Good idea, Chris.
Just happened to see that. Well, as you can see, this table is full of rolls, but not even all the rolls we carry. This is just a small tasting of what we have. And we've got your generic rolls. We've got rolls for drum sanders, rolls for a variety of different things for hand sanding. So I guess the best thing to do is we'll start right over here. Most of you know we have a lot of rolls for your drum sander. We sell a huge number of these. We've got them in the pre-cut. We've also got them in the pre-marked, and we have them in the bulk. And we've covered the pre-cut rolls in a previous event, but we thought we'd cover some of these rolls here. We've got it in different materials. Now, if you're using a drum sander, you're going to want to stick with a cloth roll, especially if it's a metal drum. The cloth roll won't stretch. The cloth roll won't tear. It's going to be more durable and much, much better on the drum sander application. Now, the only time that's not the case is if your drum sander is outfitted with that hook and loop. And there are a couple manufacturers that do that. We typically don't like that from a quality standpoint, but they make it, so we offer rolls to fit it. So from a drum sander, your typical cloth, this happens to be the heavy zirconia material. So if you're doing real aggressive applications, this is blue zirconia, and I will peel this back a little bit so you can see it. You can see the blue grain there. That lets you know that's a zirconia material. It is very, very good, very sharp, long lasting, and tough. So in your rolls for your drum sander, we've got the zirconia as well as the aluminum oxide, and both are cloth. Like I said, if you have a drum sander with a hook and loop setup, we also offer a roll with the Velcro on the back. So we can get you set up with the hook and loop and outfitted to whatever your machine is. And now we don't offer this particular product in a pre-cut. We only offer it in the bulk. And I think I saw Mike come back into the area here.
No, not at all.
Oh, not at all?
I'm
Okay,
really
never
glad
mind.
I was muted because I tripped.
Oh,
That was kind of fun. So where'd you cover? Because I wasn't here.
I wish the video would have been on that.
Yeah, sorry. No.
So we're covering drum sander rolls.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, so we've got the drum sander rolls. No matter what your drum sander, we've got you covered. Whether that be the 2, 3, 3 1/8, 6. We've got all the common sizes available. And if your machine takes something funky, give us a shout, man. We can make it up for you. But we stock all of the standard stuff. So give us a ring, and we can get you something on order. Anything from real coarse 24 or 36 grit all the way up to as fine as you'd ever want to go on drum sander.
yep, that's right. And we highly do not recommend converting any standard drum sander to hook and loop, but we do have it available if you decide to go that route.
Yep. See, Mike even confirmed what I said, so he agrees that it's just a bad idea.
Yeah, and I wasn't even in the room.
That's right.
We'll just let that unwind.
Yeah.
All right, so what else we got here? Okay, so we got our standard stair rate products in the hook and loop. You know you can do this with it. So just like our discs, the PS33, we also have it in a roll fashion. So therefore, for hand sanding and stuff, you can use that.
Yeah, and you can make a lot of your own hand blocks too if you wanted to. We've got the hook and loop conversion material, so I've made a few blocks in my own shop for doing a variety of different hand sanding.
Yep. So we got them in. Let's see. That one's 4.5 by 10. So therefore, if you wanted to convert your oscillating sander, your quarter sheet sander, then you can actually buy a roll instead of buying sheets, which is more economical. Then we also have like 3 by 25. So that's good for file boards. And if you wanted to make your own sticks and stuff, and then put the black hook material, which we do carry black hook material that is sticky on one side, so you can make whatever you want to. That'll work too.
And we've also got that in a 2 3/4 inch wide roll in a PSA as well. for those file board setups.
Such as this one right here.
Hey, look at there.
2 3/4 PSA.
It's
Now,
amazing.
this, as you can tell, this is shiny, and what that means is this is a liner that protects the PSA, so it stays even more sticky. We also have non-liner rolls. It'll say non-liner on it, and what that means is that basically the sticky part is wrapped onto the abrasive, so it's less tacky if you need that application.
Yep. Because our glue is strong, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it, and it's pressure-sensitive adhesive. What does that mean? That means the more pressure you apply to it, the stickier it gets.
And it's also heat impacted. So if you're building up a lot of heat and you just leave it on there, that can create some problems for you. But hey, we're not talking about PSA today. We're talking about rolls.
Yes, we are. Well, that's because it's a good thing to know that. So if you're building up heat and you want to change out your PSA, the best thing to do is change out while the PSA is still warm. Don't let it cool down onto either your disc or onto your roll or anything that you have PSA on. If you're using it and you want to change the grit, go ahead and do it while it's warm. It'll be the easiest. A lot less cleanup, a lot less having to get the putty knife out and all that. Don't worry about it. Clean it up while it's still warm.
Yep, makes it easier and less solvents involved.
Absolutely.
So we have got a variety of materials, like I said, whether you're looking at cloth, whether you're looking at paper, heavyweight zirconia, aluminum oxide, silicon carbide. We've got all kinds of rolls to cover your needs. Now, a lot of what we've covered or so far has been mostly geared towards machines, drum sanders, or mechanical setups. Now, we've got a lot of rolls that are perfect for hand sanding. This gold material, for instance, probably one of the more premium products we offer, and it is literally worth its weight in gold. And with that material, it comes with this beautiful blue backing, and it is extremely flexible. And you can see, you can literally pinch that, and the grain just doesn't crack. This particular product is aluminum oxide, but it has a multi-bond lubricant on it, which is typically reserved for metal applications. But we have found over the years that it makes a fantastic material for wood.
It does make a fantastic material for gold if you needed to sand gold. Absolutely. Yes. So wood turners, if you're into wood turning and you're trying to figure out what sandpaper to use, I see a lot of people using paper. The Egyptian cotton backing on this will be a lot softer, and then when you fold it in half, you've got double the layers to keep the heat down. So you can use bare hands with it if you want to. So for sure, long lasting, easy to remove any of the loadings out of there, especially in turning.
You know, all the way I can say is go for the gold, man.
That's right. Go for the gold.
Yeah. It's the way we like to say it at Klingspor.
Woodworking shop, because other entities do not think this is made for wood whatsoever.
Yeah, they laugh at us when we say this is our premium wood product.
Yep. So, hey, you know what? It works, and that's the key.
Now, there's a sister product to that, also known as the shop roll. It has a similar flexible back, not quite as flexible, but very flexible nonetheless. A little better price point, and it is still aluminum oxide, but it's brown, so there's no multi-bond lubricant on this. This is a fantastic product if you're still doing wood turning or just looking for a really good abrasive to use for basic hand sanding in your shop. I'm a huge fan of both the gold and the shop roll material. I like that. It's a perfect thing for ripping off as little as you need, folding it up. You can make your own little cones. You can make your own little flap discs, flap sanders. A lot of things you can do with the shop roll material and the gold material that are quite handy in your shop.
And so one of the other things is that it's pretty durable as far as this goes, tight, twisting it. But just a little pinch right here on the side, and you can easily tear it to whatever size you want to. By the way, this is now an open box deal at 25% off this particular roll because it is no longer 10 meters.
Yep, it's short about 3 inches.
That's what, yep. Anyhow, I caught myself on that one.
Good thing we have filters. And so with the gold rolls, as well as the shop roll, you can see we've got several size options. These are perfect. I believe we even offer a roll assortment, if I'm not mistaken.
We do.
We do. Yeah. So I was guessing right. But if you're looking to get into it, this is a great way to get started. Pick a size that's most common, 1 or 2. 2 inches usually pretty good. You can tear off a small piece and do what you need to do. Build yourself a little shelf rack. Just simple dowel rod works. But these rolls are fantastic to add to your shop for general sanding. I personally use these more than I do sheets because they're just handy and they're a lot easier to work with coming right off the roll, tearing off exactly what I need.
Yeah, and then the nice part about the open cotton backing on these is that if you had a spray adhesive, you could actually spray it on here, and if you made like a jig for molding, for instance, you made the negative of a molding you want to sand, you just spray that piece, and then it would do the same thing.
Yep.
Taking pictures.
Really good products. And we also offer some accessories. So if you do decide to go with a roll, you can buy a assembly like this. We've got these in a couple of different sizes. And essentially you tear off a piece that goes around, locks into this little piece on the dowel on the backside using this dowel and bolt. And now you've got something that stands flat on two sides. You've got a radius. So it gives you opportunity to do a lot of little hand sanding using a little wooden block. It's contoured on the edge, and you're using a roll, which is much cheaper than buying sheets.
What's the item number on
that? WT55010.
So that's the 1 inch. There should be a 2 inch or 1.5 as well.
There's
actually a set that goes with both. So
yep,
there's options there for that.
So with Klingspor woodworking shop, look for the combo deal.
That's right, always.
And of course, there's another accessory. This is ideal if you. This particular one is set up for PSA, but it's very contoured and ergonomic. So you can use it like this, get right up into tighter spots, or even use it like this if you feel like that's the way you want to go. We won't judge you one way or the other. But this works with all the PSA rolls or sheets, and it's a great addition to the shop to do some little hand sanding using something small and very ergonomic. This is nice and comfortable.
So if you're doing auto body, you might be familiar with these. That is a mini file board. The 2 3/4 fits that really well. And like I said before, we have the liner and the no liner. The no liner is a little less sticky. So if you're doing a lot of primer sanding, it's going to load up a little bit quicker than, say, skim sanding or metal glaze. It'll work out fantastic for it. But we also have the file boards as well. So you have both options available to you.
And you can see that sort of fits that contour nice. This is dense, but it's just soft enough that if you're trying to sand rounded parts, this will follow some of that contour to a degree. So quite a nice little feature and pretty handy little gadget.
And what I really like, see if it'll focus in on that, is, nope, it won't. Here, hold on a second. Technology. Is that it's slightly textured. Okay, so those dibbles right there, that actually helps with getting it sticky, but at the same time being able to remove it.
Very cool. Yeah, so no matter what you're after, we got the rolls to keep you coming back. Oh, look at that.
We're always constantly rolling.
It's a sandpaper file.
So a hook and loop sandpaper file, you might be familiar with a regular hand file. What we did in this one is that it's got black hook on both sides, 1 1/8 wide, and we sell 1 1/8 rolls that are hook and loop, 10 meters long, and you simply just put on one grit on one side, one on the other, and then you can sand in between things.
Yes, and this item number is HF10,000.
Holy crap.
So there you go. So anyway, the idea was just to give you some idea of just a taste of what we offer in the roll lineup.
Let's talk about one extra thing, though, is that these two rolls right here. I'm sorry. So 4.5, 4.5. Now, these are sticky. What these are is that you put them on your quarter sheet sander. The PS35 versus the PS33. The 35 is lubricated for use in between coats of finish. So don't use this on bare wood. Anytime you see the PS35.
Is it PS or PL?
It's PS. Anytime you see PS35, it's a tan silicon carbide. You can see the stearate coating here. That is great for in between coats of finish, primers, solid surface, you name it. But if you're doing bare wood, do not use the 35. Use the 33, which isn't sliding out as easily. There you go. PS33.
Think of it like this. This is sort of numbered 33 and 35. You're going to sand your wood first, so go with the lower number, 33. You're going to sand your finishes, go with the higher number, 35.
Hopefully that works for all of our products, because I'm not quite sure.
It doesn't, but at least in this application, it does.
Good thing there's a pallet jack in the background. Can't hear anything we're saying. All right, so what else we got? So shop rolls, by the way, if you're looking for an economical start to getting sandpaper in your shop, the shop roll, brown in color, that's the way to start. If you find yourself needing a slight upgrade to that, then the gold roll will be your choice. That's what the difference is between those two.
The gold roll is always my choice, Mike.
Do you got a knife or a pair of keys or anything sharp?
Other than my wit, no.
Okay. Keep going, Chris.
I'm a woodworker. Why would I carry a knife?
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. What are we cutting?
The bargain box.
Oh, there's a box coming.
Well, yeah.
Hold on. Let me make room. Now.
Good. I'm glad you did. So this here is the 10-pound coarse medium fine bargain box. $20 gets you.
Wait, it has its own prop lid.
It does have its own prop lid.
called a
Look at them
kickstand.
apples. In this case here, you've got coarse. I think it's 60 through 220 to 400, depending on what's in there. They're not all going to be the same, and they're not always labeled. But on the inside, you can find what grit it is.
Sometimes.
But in this case, I know where it's at. So in this case, this is a P180. So that's 180 grit. The CS310 is the material itself. So just for anyone who's buying a bargain box, you'll always either have a P in front of it, or it'll be a large 3-digit number, and that'll tell you what the grit is. Okay.
Filter.
Gotcha. So that is the 10-pound bargain box, which if you just want general sandpaper at the absolute bargain price, that's why we call it a bargain box. Oh, I missed. Then this is the way to go. Also, free bubble wrap.
And it comes with its own built-in kickstand, so you can dig right out of the box and not have to worry about leaning in.
You know, how are all these rolls this long? So these rolls are easily 12 inches wide. That's a lot of sandpaper for $20.
It varies.
It varies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, do you think that's enough rolling for today?
It is. We also, for you turners, we talked about the lathe bargain box roll.
We have that as well.
Yeah. So if you're a wood turner, look up the lathe bargain box roll. It's the same type idea. You got a bunch of rolls in here, but they're the more flexible back product geared towards you wood turners and carvers.
Yep.
So don't get mad that we called it a wood turner's bargain box, because carvers like it too.
It's just the lathe bargain box.
Yeah.
No one else has a lathe bargain box.
Yeah.
And if you're in North Carolina and want to visit one of our 4 fantastic stores, each store has a large bargain box where you get to pick your own sandpaper as much as you want. So for instance, if you just want to tear off a small piece, or if you want an entire roll, you can get that in both the lathe gold or the red.
Can I buy just this much, Mike?
Yes, you can. We weigh it by the pound. So as long as it comes out with some sort of weight, you can get that at $4 a pound, or you can get the other bargain box at $1.50 a pound, which comes out to $20 for 10 pounds.
Sold.
Here are you?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Good.
We're on a roll here.
We were on a roll. So that's about it really for rolls. Drum sanders, machine applications, hand files, resin blocks, automotive, you name it, we have a roll for that. And if we don't have a roll in the width that you would like it, let's say you've made a jig, let's say you made something for hand sanding or contour sanding, then by all means, call us at 800-228-0000. Say, hey, Mike and Chris told me that I could order a roll in almost any width I wanted to. As long as it's under 12 inches, we can do it at 3/8.
Yeah. Now, there's no guarantee we won't charge you extra for that, but we'll order it. We'll make it for you.
Oh, no, we don't charge extra.
Well,
we don't.
Depends on whether I'm answering the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're answering the phone, yeah, I just give away the sandpaper. You're all over here charging 200%.
Yeah. Speaking of rolls, I mean, if you're sanding rocks, we have a roll for you.
Here, how about we show our pretty mugs?
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it is. Ooh,
anyway, hey. Be careful, Mike. Somebody knocked some rolls over back here.
Yeah, let me see that box real quick. Someone make a mess. Hey, all right.
Yeah, so there's just too much shenanigans. And it looks like your head's getting jumped over.
Yep. So once again, I'm Mike Z.
I'm Chris, the short guy of the group.
And thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great day.
We'll see you next time.
Actually, why do I cut my...
That's why I always wear a hat. It's wild in here.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.